Good stories all around, good things to celebrate. So first comes love, like with J-Rod, and then comes marriage. Then
Like
comes...
Josh?
Then comes...
A baby in the carriage?
No. Education.
Okay.
Education. And this
Very
is
important.
exactly things that... Graham's learning it now, hey? Education is a very important thing. And many parents actually, in fact, know how important education is to a child's life. But all too often, it's very, very expensive. And parents do their utmost in order to afford the finest schools possible. But now, a school in Manenberg, which very ironically is a community that is laden with challenges, is defying the odds by giving education that is equal to the province's very best schools. And they're giving this for free.
I think it's important to offer financial aid to those who are unprivileged for their education because they have a lot of potential and they don't have the money to go to one of the top schools. And at the Leadership College where we are now, we are striving to become one of those schools as helping children from the unprivileged areas.
Muhammad Yazid is a learner of the Leadership College, a zero-fee private school in Manenberg, Cape Town.
I just think coming into the school as a learner and transforming into a leader, it really inspires you. I joined in grade 8. I chose the school because one of my friends who matriculated 2 years ago told me that I must come and see the school because it's one of the best schools, not just in the surrounding areas, but one of the best in the Western Cape. I had the option to go to Sachs and Bishops, but I didn't have the financial aid and it would have been straining on my parents to accommodate me into one of those schools. But what's the difference between these schools and the Leadership College is the family bond at the school, and it really stuck with me.
The school was founded by Ashra Norton. Born and raised in Manenberg, her background as a teacher motivated her to start a top-quality school in her community.
The Leadership College is very close to my heart because I am actually a resident. I grew up in Manenberg, and those years we all yearned to be in good schools, and when you wanted to go to a good school you have to get out of the area. And I always had this idea of bringing a top quality value-based education into the heart of Manenberg. And after 30 years this dream basically became a reality. You know, if you look at education as a whole, and we're all looking at how can we solve the education, especially in the townships, there's one thing that we sometimes overlook, and that is the value system and the culture that you create in the school. So the maths and the science automatically falls into place when you have a child where the mindset is in the correct way, where the child believes that education is important. I want to achieve this one day. Maybe a good quality education in the heart of Manenberg will create that role models, because currently when students in these communities, when they go outside of the area and they get an opportunity on a scholarship, it's very seldom that they come back to the area. I feel by bringing the quality education into the area, you create role models within the community, and the younger students, they yearn to be there where the older ones are.
Firstly, I think my own personal motivation in the field of education for 37 years. So when this offer was extended to me by Mrs. Norton, the director of our institution, I felt that, having served orphans in Malawi, and I felt that, to work in a disadvantaged community as such, like Manenberg, it wasn't much of a change in the mind setting. And I think I get a great sense of fulfillment and contentment as an educator to work amongst especially learners who have come from very such impoverished and disadvantaged backgrounds. So undoubtedly there's a great need for a school like the Leadership College in the heart of Manenberg. It's a promising education that they can use, so one day they can place themselves as, honorable citizens in a very broad and very plural society.
Last year, the school had a 92% matric pass rate. 67% of the matrics qualified for tertiary education, and one learner achieved 7 distinctions and made headline news.
We've got 2 different ways of selecting learners. The one is it's just an open application. Anybody can come in from the area and come and make an application. The second part is where we go to our feeder schools. There's 11 feeder schools in Manenberg, the junior schools. You don't have to be the brightest spark to come to TLC. You must just be the child that wants to be somewhere someday.
My goals for the future is firstly to pass matric now and to study at the University of Stellenbosch, to do dietetics one day, or follow in my daddy's footsteps of becoming a teacher. And my other option is to become a professional rugby player, which I'm really working hard at.
Oh, I've got great aspirations for the school. What we would really like for the school is a beautiful premises. And maybe I'm trying my luck, but maybe a swimming pool. Yeah, so these are the things that we would really love for the future for the school. I firmly believe if you give the first step, there will be so many people that hold your hand. And that step can just go greater and greater. And this is exactly what happened to us.
A school that charges no fees but delivers quality education? No, it's not a dream. It's a reality made possible by determination and a passion for developing successful generations to come.